Welcome to our midweek encouragement. I'm Pastor Reed here at First Baptist Church of Olathe. It is good to be with you. Hopefully, what I have to say today is encouraging. Helps you carry on and keep chasing after God. My father gave me a lot of really good advice throughout the course of my life. Some more memorable than others, and some repeated more often. Pieces of advice repeated more often than others. And one of the pieces of advice that he would repeat quite often was that people can judge you to be guilty by those you are associated with. And his basic point was choose your friends wisely. Make sure that you're not around when they're doing the things that perhaps they shouldn't be doing. And I appreciate that advice. I tried to pick people wisely. I tried to hang out with people that were choosing to do the right things and that were life-giving. But I also had friends that were perhaps not always choosing to do the right thing and not always life-giving. And what I find is that the more you hang out with folks that are choosing to do the wrong thing, that have a desire to do things that are contrary to your beliefs and understanding of who God is, the easier it is to begin to slip down that slope, kind of like a slip and slide. It's like, when you begin hanging out with them, you're walking, and then eventually you're jogging, and then eventually you're running straight out, and then you dive and you're on the slip and slide, and it's like you're completely out of control. Sometimes that's what it feels like when we're choosing to walk with folks that perhaps have different motives in life than what God desires for us to have. And Proverbs 1:8-19 kind of speaks to this. It's the father speaking to his son some advice about who to be friends with. And it says this: "Hear, my son, your father's instructions, and forsake not your mother's teaching, for they are graceful. For they are a graceful garland for your head and pendants for your neck. My son, if sinners entice you, do not consent. If they say, 'Come with us, let us lie in wait for blood, let us ambush the innocent without reason. Like Sheol, let us swallow them alive and whole, like those who go down to the pit. We shall find all the precious goods. We shall fill our houses with plunder. Throw in your lot among us. We will all have one purse. My son, do not walk in the way with them. Hold back your foot from their paths, for their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed blood. For in vain is a net spread in the sight of any bird. But these men lie in wait for their own blood. They set an ambush for their own lives. Such are the ways of everyone who is greedy for unjust gain. It takes away away the life of its possessors." And I mean, the truth of the matter is that this advice from the father to the son gives us some examples that probably are not what we're going to be facing. At least most of us, not all most of the time. Most of us aren't struggling with hanging out with people that want to kill someone or steal or do other types of physical violence for their own gain. But the lessons and the truth are there for us even as we dive a little deeper, because the truth is that violence can be more than just physical, and gain can be more than just monetary. Sometimes we are verbally or emotionally violent towards other people by the words that we say to them or the lies that we speak about them behind their backs. And oftentimes we do this when we're with people. Sometimes we'll say something to somebody else to prop us up, to make us feel good. And sometimes when we speak about people behind their backs, what we're trying to communicate to somebody else is, hey, believe me, be with me, understand me. And so while the Father's advice doesn't directly fit most of our lives, the principles do. So we need to be people who, if we're gonna chase after wisdom, if we're gonna live with this reverential awe, fear of the Lord, if we're gonna be those people who put God, our knowledge and understanding of who God is first and foremost in our lives, we can't be chasing after people and walking with people who would do that for their own gain. The truth is that we can all do it to some extent, and the truth is that we need one another in community to help speak truth to us and say, hey, you know what? That's not the truth that I know about X, Y, and Z, or that's not how I understand them to be, or perhaps even, hey, those words weren't okay. We need to walk with people that help catch us on our own temptations to gossip and to speak unkindly, to do violence, emotional, verbal, to other people. Because here's the deal: is that if we chase after satisfaction, indulgence, personal gain, an understanding that we are important and trying to convince other people that we are important by the way that we speak down about other people or speak untruths about other people, what typically ends up happening is that we get left all alone. Verse 18 is really apt. These men lie in wait for their own blood. They set an ambush for their own lives. It's kind of that, that saying is that things can oftentimes come to bite us in the butt, and God desires for us to not live in such a way that we would bite other people verbally, mentally, and emotionally, and also that we ourselves wouldn't put so much out there that we would get bitten in the butt ourselves. So I hope this was encouraging. Be blessed. Chase after the good stuff. Speak goodness and kindness. Speak truth instead of falsehood. Be blessed.